What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You'll return to subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Got an update of day 4 of the preliminary trial of Jarvis Butts. This guy right here, we all know who he is. He's the suspect in the Naziah Harris case. Young lady has been missing, since last year, and 13-year-old girl, and all kind of things have come out. And I want to show you a update of what happened today in court. Now, before I go into this, right, we all know what this guy did was horrendous. He's a predator, and he's he's serial at it. Let me just say that in the beginning of this video. This guy right here is worst of the worst. And regardless of how I feel and how anybody else feels, honestly, somebody else failed. And you cannot tell me, with all of this stuff that was known about him, Naziah was protected. And I'm going to just be honest with you. I've been talking about this and I've been trying to be nice, but I can't get it out of my mind how a 13-year-old girl had an inappropriate relationship with a guy that was considered her uncle, but really he's an on-again, off-again boyfriend, and nobody else seen this. Nobody's seen this. Take a look at this, and we're going to come back. These details right here today that the prosecution laid down are very, very troubling. Look.
Top story tonight at 5. The man charged in the murder of Naziah Harris is back in court today as chilling new evidence was presented in the case.
Jarvis Butts faces multiple charges involving multiple abuse victims. He's charged with Harris's murder, even though her body has never been found. Let's get out to Sean Lay. And Sean, prosecutors have presented a mound of evidence over the past few days.
So much of that evidence included on a cell phone they say belongs to Jarvis Butts, the defendant in this case. Let's get to it right here. They're talking about Butts looking up ways to abort a pregnancy because they believe he got this 13-year-old girl pregnant during months or years of sexual abuse. Ways of like drinking red antifreeze or drinking herbal tea. That's just scratching the surface of what happened here at 36th District Court today. New right now, this is 42-year-old Jarvis Butts, and prosecutors are laying out horrific details that Butts allegedly is an incredibly dangerous and damaging child sexual predator. He already has been bound over to face trials for the sexual abuse of one minor and another young girl who just happens to be his own daughter. Now we come to the crushing case of Naziah Harris, just 13 years old, a girl who should be having fun, sharing selfies with friends. She took this selfie last January 9th while she was at school.
She is smiling and waving and saying hello. But little did she know that she was really saying goodbye.
Goodbye, because Harris's Instagram messages show Jarvis Butts, who considered himself the girl's uncle but was not, made plans to pick her up from her bus stop after school that day. She was never seen or heard from again. Prosecutors say she was murdered, and Butts, who had an ongoing relationship with this 13-year-old girl, killed her because he got her pregnant, and if that came to light, so would the sexual abuse of this little girl. This is very much like the sad case of Zion Foster, allegedly sexually assaulted by her own cousin, killed, her body dumped, and never found. Naziah Harris's body has never been found. But in court this week, Assistant Wayne County Prosecutor Tina Ripley has carefully laid out evidence from skilled DPD investigators pinging Butts' phone to the banks of the Rouge River, where some of Harris's clothing and one of her shoes were found. All right, back out live here at 36th District Court. This 4-day pretrial hearing, preliminary hearing, I should say, it's not a trial, it's a preliminary hearing, is going to enter another day tomorrow. Here's why. Investigators and the prosecutors here are just so carefully linking up everything they have to connect the dots to Butts, and so much of that is through cell phone data. And that's what they're exactly doing here because they don't have the body of Naziah Harris. Much more on this coming up at 6 o'clock. We're live downtown. Sean Lay, Local 4. Yeah.
And now back to a critical hearing today for the man accused of killing a Detroit teenager. The final witness was on the stand today as Jarvis Butts waits to find out if he will stand trial for her murder. Naziah Harris was last seen January 9th of last year. 41-year-old Jarvis Butts is charged with her murder and sexual assault in connection with her disappearance. 7 News Detroit reporter Darren Cunningham in court today as prosecutors were calling more witnesses.
The 24th and final witness is currently on the stand in the Jarvis Butts preliminary hearing. But we also heard from Wayne County's deputy medical examiner.
Did you see anything in there that would have caused Neziah to die naturally?
No.
Wayne County's deputy medical examiner says he reviewed Neziah Harris's medical records, but the defense took exception to that testimony, considering the fact her body has not been recovered.
So if you don't have a body, you can't really opine as to whether a person is in fact deceased. Fair to say?
Correct.
Okay.
Detroit Police Sergeant Shannon Jones, the 24th and final witness of the preliminary exam, explained how she inherited the case from the Detroit Public Schools Police Department and the red flags that stood out to her from the start.
Number one, she's never been missing before. There's been no updates on any of her social media, which is very uncommon for a young child or a juvenile. They're addicted to those. There had been a last known contact that she had possibly met somebody, is what we were informed, that there was a text message.
Jones discussed the search of the River Rouge area, where clothing items like this shoe, later determined to match one belonging to Harris, were found. The sergeant says investigators executed at least 20 search warrants in the case, including electronic devices belonging to Butts. They say they found questionable Google searches from December 2023, a month before Harris disappeared. The searches surround the belief that Butts impregnated Harris and that he tried to cover his tracks.
What's visited, it's Drink Me and Abort Your Baby, the herbal abortion tea by Maya. And the site visited is plannedparenthood.org/learn/abortion/the abortion pill.
Sergeant Jones will be back on the stand at 10 a.m. Outside 36th District Court, Darren Cunningham, 7 News Detroit.
Okay, guys, those are the sick details that they talked about today. Said the prosecution got mounds of evidence against this son of a bitch, Jarvis Butts. 42 years old, 13 years old. Can't make it make sense. But then again, nothing makes sense to sick sons of bitches like this with that type of mindset. And I'm being dead honest with you. I'm going to try to hold my composure in this because, I'm thinking deep on this. And this is how I look at this whole situation. Let's look at what they said about his Google searches, which is horrific in themselves. Ways to abort a pregnancy. So what you was going to do it yourself? Drinking red antifreeze. That's crazy. That's crazy. This guy's supposed to be a mechanic out of a mechanic shop so he can get access to that type of stuff. Herbal tea called Drink Me to abort your baby. Now I want to show you something. I'm going to stay on this. I don't respect him. And if it was up to me, her body would have been found or the area she was at would have been pinpointed already. You know how I feel about the way the justice system's set up where criminals have certain rights to be assholes even after they commit a crime in the courtroom, whether they're not showing up and facing the judge at their own leisure or option, or they get to keep their mouth shut after being found, the main suspect in something where everything points to them. You just sit there with your mouth closed. Mum's the word. Wouldn't be allowed. That's the ultimate smack in the face. Everybody that did care about this young lady right here, Neziah Harris, everybody that cared about her and, cried and, just miss her, including the kids she played with and family and friends. For him to keep his mouth shut shows a lack of honor, and that shouldn't be allowed. It shouldn't. I want you guys to think about something. There are a lot of people out here that are like this. They'll do some heinous shit, know they're doing wrong, but that urge to accomplish a goal, whether it's sexual satisfaction, hurting somebody else, or just doing what they're urged to do, right, from within, will have them roll a dice and don't care about the outcome because they want what they want.
The court has yet to decide if Jarvis Butts will stand trial. He's accused of killing 13-year-old Neziah Harris, who's been missing for nearly a year. More evidence laid out today, which prosecutors say points to Butts. Sean Lay was in court all day. Sean, what more can you tell us?
Let's lay out the facts here, Kimberly. And the more we lay out these facts one by one, I want you to think to yourself at home, who was looking out for this little girl? Who was looking after 13-year-old Neziah Harris? Did no one in her world catch on to her spending so much time with a 42-year-old man named Jarvis Butts? Prosecutors say Butts had the ability to get involved with multiple women, only to get close to their children. He's already charged with the sex abuse of 2 children. One was 4 years of age at the time, the other his own minor daughter. Butts was also involved with Neziah Harris, that he called her his niece. Cell phone messages uncovered by Detroit police show that Butts was sexually abusing the girl, got her pregnant, and even searched for ways to abort a pregnancy, including have someone drink antifreeze. Neziah Harris went missing last January 9th. Butts was last seen with her that night. Again, it's cell phone data, putting Butts' cell phone at the River Rouge, where parts of Neziah Harris's clothing were found. Her body has never been found. The prosecutors say Butts killed her allegedly to cover up the pregnancy, to cover up his own horrific abuse of her. Hours of police interrogation of Butts, he admits nothing, but had an answer for every questionable text saying they were likely meant for other women he was involved with. Back out here live downtown outside 36th District Court. This is a preliminary hearing. The last part of it will be tomorrow morning here. You can watch it live on Local 4 Plus, of course, and click on Detroit.com. And then we will see what the judge decides if she's going to move this on to a trial. We're live downtown tonight. Sean Lay, Local 4. Kimberly Ty, back to you.
Sean, thank you.
Whether it's personal items or your children or just anything. What's surprising to me and hurtful about this whole situation, and the reason why I'm doing this video, ladies and gentlemen, is because the way this guy took steps to clear his tracks of wrongdoing, where none of this will lead back to me, he was willing to sacrifice the health and well-being of Neziah Harris. I want you thinking about that. He found out she was pregnant and did a bunch of Google searches on how to destroy life. How to destroy life. He used Google, his own cell phone, an informational hub about how to destroy life so that he would have freedom when he shouldn't have been doing what he was doing in the first place, including drinking poison, ways to perform an abortion, or herbal teas that kill babies or cause abortions. That's unacceptable. Drink me to abort your baby. Ain't that some shit? And that entertains you. All because you didn't want to be found out that you done touched another goddamn kid that was close to you and called you uncle. And that's what you did. People like this don't value anything. Don't value anything. And that's a mindset that's out here that's running rampant. The lack of values in anything, whether it's other human beings, material items, just anything. This guy was willing to make this girl suffer so the secret wouldn't get out. Let that sink in for a second. Let it sink in. It's established she was pregnant, but they ain't gonna find the body because it's been a year. They had summer, winter, autumn, fall, the decomposition situation. You see, they had the medical examiner. He was like, oh, why am I here? But either way, man, this is as sad as it gets. As sad as it gets. See BLM saying anything about this? Black baby dead. Black girl dead. People talk about, oh, we got to protect black women. Where was her protection? Where this animal, this boogeyman, was able to get her. Somebody dropped the ball on this. And that's real. And there's a lot of other cases out here like that, whether people black, white, green, purple. A lot of children out here are not monitored because the lack of parenting nowadays, to where you think kids know everything or know to be responsible because you talk to them once or twice, that stuff like this won't happen. Why was he fucking around these kids anyway, regardless if you had babies by him, after he put an STD in his own fucking kid at 4 years old? Who touches a baby? Huh? Who touches that? in closing, I'm gonna say this to you guys, and I want you all to hear me, right? This guy, people like this destroy lives and they don't care because of their own selfish, sick desires. One of the things the devil does, and I'm not religious, the devil does according to prophecy and all this other stuff, is he doesn't attack man directly. He attacks him through other people that he can get into when they have weaknesses or yearnings in their body or mind, to where he can slip through the cracks and manipulate them. This is nothing more than demonic shit. And his punishment need to be just as bad. They're searching lakes. Did you see that little girl's shoe? She was a small child. Look at her in the picture. She's a tiny thing. And this guy took advantage of her. I'm more than sure he knew her when she was younger, and he started seeing her come up to age. She's 13 years old, probably coming into puberty. He's seeing how her body filled out, and he all the while was contemplating, and he was setting it up. Said the Instagram account linked him to picking her up that day. Then he'll say, oh, I don't know why she wrote that in the phone. Y'all got my phone. That's all you. See that dumbass games? What does this mean in your phone? I don't know. I ain't saying nothing. Y'all figure it out. No, you figure it out. And you start talking right now before we rip your tongue out your fucking mouth, and you'll have to write down where this fucking body is. Either way, in the next 20 minutes, you gonna talk, or you won't be found no motherfucking where. And trust me, it ain't gonna be slow. It ain't gonna be cinematic. It'll be quick. And you will suffer, trust me, like little Naziah suffered. Now where the fuck is the body? It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. This case like this needs a lot of outrage, because there are a lot of you women out here that watch me right now that has suffered some type of abuse like this, but you made it out where this baby didn't. She didn't. You guys tell me your stories in the emails. You know I don't say nothing about it. My heart goes out to you. But how many of you out there were not protected? Guys too. Because nowadays these predators don't give a fuck. They don't care. They don't care. When it comes to desires of the flesh, this is absolutely heartbreaking. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Did you see the girl Zion Foster? Remember I did that story last year on her? Her cousin was around her age, had a crush on her, wanted to be with her. She like, nah, you're my cousin. He wound up killing her. They ain't find her neither. May she rest in peace. I want you guys to see the actual court situation. It's a 6-minute video. We're going to end it on that, of his phone searches. Watch when the lady reads him how uncomfortable she is. Friends and family in the room. He's sitting over there like a dumbass, and all this stuff is read. Look how meticulously and how much time he spent looking up ways to get that baby out of this girl when it shouldn't have been there in the first fucking place. If you had acted like a man and kept law and order within your own self and had the correct mindset, your dumbass wouldn't even be over there. But then again, it is what it is. Take a look. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.
The next pages include searches that I located inside that Google return that we received from Google.
Okay, and does that document fairly and accurately depict what it is you received back from Google as it relates to a search warrant for jarvisbutts82@gmail.com?
Yes.
And I move for the admission of Eagle's proposed exhibit. I forgot. 63.
Any objection?
No objection.
It'll be admitted as people 63.
Okay. Now I want to go back to the first page. And you said that with the subscriber information. Tell me, who is the subscriber?
So it has a Google account ID number. Then it gives a name that says Jarvis Butts. It has an email address, jarvisbutts82@gmail.com. There's also a phone number that's connected to it, which is 313-585-8719.
And is there a birthday associated with that?
Yes, November 21st, 1982.
And moving on to the searches, what dates do those searches encompass?
These searches are December 9th.
Of what year?
Yeah, December 9th, 10th, and 11th of 2023.
Okay. And it's fair to say that those are the entirety of all of the searches from those days.
It is not all of them, no.
Those are just select ones from the Google return.
Yes.
All right. Starting with December 9th, tell me which ones that we have in that exhibit.
So the first, do you want me to read the ones that are just highlighted, or you want me to start at the top of here? So.
The ones that are highlighted.
Okay.
Just start with the ones that are highlighted.
Yep, so this search was December 9th, 2023 at 3:32 UTC time. So you would actually have to subtract 5 hours, which would make it the night of December 8th. And the site is, what's visited, it's Drink Me and Abort Your Baby, the Herbal Abortion Tea by Maya.
Okay. And what about the next one after that?
There is a site that's visited on December, it says here December 10th, 2023 at 9:32 p.m. UTC, so -5. And the site visited is plannedparenthood.org/learn/abortion/the abortion pill.
And
next,
yes, the next
the
one.
next search is immediately after that, so December 10th at 9:32 p.m. UTC, the abortion pill, get the facts about medication abortion. There is a search that was conducted before that on December 10th, 2023 at 9:31 p.m. UTC. And that site is plannedparenthood.org/blog/can I use herbs to have an abortion at home.
And the next
The
one?
next one is December 10th, 2023 at 9:31 p.m. UTC. Can I use herbs to have an abortion at home? Planned Parenthood.
And the next one?
The next one is December 10th, 2023 at 9:36 p.m. UTC. So again, -5 hours. And that site is, it's ansirh.org, research, over-counter medication abortion. Search December 10th, 2023 at 9:36 p.m. Over-the-counter medication abortion, and that's from that same place before, ANSIRH. December 10th, 2023 at 9:32. Planned Parenthood, abortion, the abortion pill. How do I have an abortion using only misoprostol, misoprostol. The next search, December 10th, 2023 at 9:32. Planned Parenthood, learn abortion, the abortion pill. So it's like the same, back and forth to the same site. On December 11th, at 11:43 p.m. UTC, so -5 hours. Specifically, a search is, can I drink red antifreeze? Again, that same item is searched again right after the same time, 11:43 on December 11th, 2023. And I believe that's it.
Okay.